everybody. Welcome to the Obsessed with Pickleball podcast, season 2. I'm here in this new studio in Hollywood that I'm absolutely obsessed with. I can't believe that I'm filming here. I feel very, very, very cool. I'm really excited about this new season. I have a lot of fun guests coming on, and I'm going to be doing a lot of more different things, not just my usual spiels where I just chat and chat and chat. There will still be a lot of that because essentially I started this podcast just so I could talk about pickleball. And here we are. So the first guest, super excited that she's going to be here today. She's the creator of 11 Nil, who makes this lovely dress that I'm wearing now and dresses that you will have seen or different pickleball outfits on all the top pros, Jorja, Tyra, the Flames girls. So I'm really excited to chat with her about her brand and branding in general. One of the themes I want to explore this season is the business of pickleball. I think a lot of people are still trying to get in it. I recently went to a round table where I was with a bunch of different people in the pickleball world, anywhere from, facility managers like myself to people in marketing, people who run tournaments, people, all different kinds of things. And it's really interesting. So we'll talk to her soon. But first, we can talk about my favorite subject in the entire world, Major League Pickleball. We just had the MLP Cup this last weekend, and it kind of wrapped up MLP for the 2025 year, which was a wild and crazy year. Lots of new things were tried out. Side out scoring. Did we have that last year? Side out scoring. That was a big one. Teams moving up from challenger, teams not moving down, weird trades and things like that. I'm not going to do like a whole season recap because I feel like I've done that in previous episodes, but let's just wrap up what happened this weekend because I think it was kind of like a really perfect season finale that left a lot of question marks for next season. Okay, so this time was kind of a nod to MLP of the past. If you were around during the original Major League Pickleball tournaments, they were iconic. It was always pool play. So all the teams were together. They eventually had Challenger and Premier, but you would have pool play and then the top people from the pool would go to the playoffs. And you never really knew who was going to make it. Anyone could win at any time. And that's a big problem we have in Major League Pickleball right now, obviously. The issue this whole year has been the talent disparity amongst the teams, right? We've been dealing with this. It was also evident this time around. Essentially, we always knew that there were two options for teams in the different pools to move forward. And some of them there was really only one option. Like based on the pools, the Shock was going to move forward. The Flash was probably going to move forward, and some teams didn't have their players, so we'll get into it. But a lot of people were saying that this tournament didn't feel like MLP or it was lame, but it has nothing to do with the tournament. It could have been really fun. We just didn't have enough. We don't have enough good teams, and we don't have enough surprises. Okay, so Pool 1 really came down to Brooklyn versus the Columbus Sliders. Now, this was the tournament that I think a lot of teams wanted their revenge on the Sliders. When they won the finals of the whole season, the season finals, they took down the Flash, the Shock, and the Fives. The top three teams, all three of those teams were 100% sure they were going to win, definitely. And nobody expected the Sliders. It wasn't a surprise. I think if someone was like, could it happen? I would be definitely could happen. But I don't think people were pretty much, I was pretty sure it was going to be the Shock. But you never bet against Annalie, and the Flash could just come back. Who knows? But the Sliders had an amazing finals, and they took it. But in the pool play this tournament, they actually go down to Brooklyn. And in the regular season, those two teams, I think they were 5 and 6. So it was always up in the air. They could go either way. I also think they had very similar breakdowns, right? So the women, it could go either way. I'm not surprised. And the men, Also, like Declan Riley and then Andre and CJ could also go either way, depending on who's playing the best. I was surprised that Brooklyn pulled it out just because Declan has been injured. He hasn't been as around as much. So I was going with the sliders, and Andre has been playing very, very, very well. But Brooklyn, great win for Brooklyn. In pool 2, the fives beat the Mad Drops even without Anna Lee. Okay. So the Mad Drops women win, the men lose. Jade and Ben play together this time instead of Ben and Catherine, which I think is a good call. Ben and Catherine just notoriously cannot win together. I don't know what it is. They have terrible chemistry. I think Catherine gets very, very nervous with Ben, and I don't think Ben trusts Catherine. So Jade and Ben win, and then Hunter and Catherine lose. They go to a Dream Breaker, and they lose a Dream Breaker even without Anna Lee. Anyway, so the fives move on. Now, in pool 3, the Flash take it. The Ranchers, I think, they wanted to play the Flash in the finals of last season, but the Flash picked the Sliders to play against in the playoffs, not the Ranchers, which everyone says is like the mistake of all mistakes. But this time, the Ranchers don't have Christian Alshon, so the Flash beat them, and they move forward, and they're looking very strong. Pool 4. Now, this is the pool where the Las Vegas Night Owls, who were the champions of the challenger level, where they moved up, and they're in this pool, and they went 2-2, which is, I think, very, very good for them. Brooke Buckner was playing crazy out of her mind. She's getting better and better and better. So those are 2 great wins for them, and I think I don't think anyone's surprised that they were better than like the Hustlers. So this is what I'm saying. Like, those teams need to move down. Vegas moves up, Hustlers move down. Because now we're just going to have the Hustlers play everyone and lose. Like, it's ridiculous. But in that pool, the Shock win. No shock, the Shock win. We go to the playoffs, and the Shock beat Brooklyn in 3. There is a close men's match in the Shock versus Brooklyn, which is surprising. But I think Deckel and Riley are just playing really well together. So the Flash beat the Fives in 4. But Mari Humberg and Zoe Wheel beat Tyra and Jorja, which is crazy. And that's scary because Noe Cliff and Will Howells could very well beat J-Dub and Augie. So that losing that women's match was kind of like a eek. But they pulled it out. So then we have the finals between the Shock and the Flash, which is what we saw towards the end of the season, who was going to be the season champion. And the women Flash win. Tyra and Jorja beat Anna and Kate Fahey in a very, very close one. And then the Shock just walk all over them for the next 3 games and take it. The Shock were the best team all season, and they just hadn't won. And this was, how it was meant to be. They're just better. The men on the Shock, it's Gabe and Hayden together is like crazy. They have awesome chemistry together. And as a men's duo, they're just so strong compared to the other men's teams. And Hayden is playing so well and mixed with Anna right now. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think what men's teams beat Hayden and Gabe. No one. And then we have to honestly have I am like hardcore Flash mob. But we need to have a real talk about the Flash, and they have a man problem. J-Dub and Augie, they just aren't winning. Big win for them against the Fives, so good job. But J-Dub is not performing in MLP the way he needs to when he is their first pick and saying like he shouldn't have been 12th. And then Augie is just weaker this year than was last year, and the 2 of them together just don't have like the fire that they had before. And the problem is that J-Dub and Jorja are the number 2 mixed team in the world, and I don't think that's incorrect. But they're slow starters notoriously. They drop first games all the time. So when you're in MLP and it's 1 game to 11 and you're a slow starter, like that's not going to fly. So they have a lot of thinking to do in the offseason. There's going to be real shakeups in this offseason. Who are the Flash going to drop? You would think, oh, they're not going to drop J-Dub and they're not going to drop Jorja, so they're going to have to drop Tyra. No. They better not. They better hold on to Jorja and Tyra, and they better just think about what they want to do about JW Johnson. That's all I'm saying. But I will do an entire episode just breaking down the what's going to happen in the next draft. I mean, who's allowed to be kept, who needs to be drafted, what we think is going to happen. Because last time around, a lot of people dropped like an obvious person and then we're able to pick them back up, right? Like the Shock can drop Kate and then pick her back up for a lot of money. But now what do the Shock do? They have to drop Gabe, if you ask me. And then Gabe is an asset to any team to pick up right away. So, like, for example, if you're the Mad Drops and you've made it very clear that you don't mind spending money because you spent a lot to get Ben, if Gabe comes on the market, are you willing to just go crazy and spend a ton of money to get him and make your team like probably unbeatable? I don't know. Is there a cap? Does someone want to correct me? I think I do need a little like refresher. Like, are people just allowed to spend money willy-nilly? But I also just watched the Dodgers win the World Series, and I'm originally an Orioles fan. And I'm like, why are they so much better? Oh, because they spend so much money on their players. So who knows? I don't really know the rules. I'll have to investigate before my episode that is completely dedicated to that. But yeah. So that's MLP. It was a really, really fun year. After the first year, I was like, I don't want the teams to change. We can't, like, that's crazy that these teams would have to separate. It's like emotional no. Now I'm like, we got to switch it up. I'm getting a little bored of these same teams. We got to switch it up. I don't know. You know I love MLP. I love it so much. So we'll figure it out next time around. But some of these teams have very clear people they need to drop, and other people have very difficult decisions to make. Now, this weekend actually starts on Tuesday. I'm filming on Monday, so tomorrow, but I don't know when this is going to go out. Hopefully tomorrow. Worlds. This is a huge tournament. This is PPA puts a ton of money. They create like the pickleball walk. All the players are there. It's a big end of the year thing. I was there last year. I went to the MLP portion, saw them setting up for Worlds, and it looked super cool. I actually, when I was there, I snuck in, well, not sneaking in, but I went in to see all the college teams playing in their tournament there, and that was so cool. And I really think the future of pickleball, if we're looking for growth avenues, is going to be youth and college players and programs. So I'm pretty interested in the college scene. If people have any inside scoop or things that I should talk about, I'm hoping to kind of get some guests on here to tell me what's going on in the college pickleball world, because apparently they're like their own tour wars. Like everyone's trying to get on the college scene. Like APP, Duper, some other people. I don't know. Apparently there's drama. So I'll get into that soon. That's kind of my new like obsession. But Worlds this weekend. Now I am really hoping for some interesting results and not just a very clear-cut path to gold, right? Is Anna Lee going to triple crown? Probably. She's probably going to win in singles. I think her losing a singles match at Worlds would be so crazy. I mean, cinema. Anna Brighton and Anna Lee Waters are looking very, very strong. I don't think anyone's privy to beat them. The Cowmotors aren't playing together. Tyra and Jorja are, the second most likely team to beat them. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they'll be revved up because of their loss at MLP, but Anna and Anna are looking really, really strong. Their chemistry is really good right now. So we have Rachel and Jade playing together, and Catherine's playing with Paris. Now, Rachel and Jade's so good, you guys. But I like Rachel and Jackie more because I don't think Rachel is, like, for me, an 100% left side player. And obviously Jade is a lefty, so she plays right. And I like Rachel being with someone that she can switch back and forth with, but whatever. Kind of the same with Catherine and Paris. Neither of them is like a super alpha left side. And I think that's something that gives women's teams an advantage. I think that's why Tyra is such a strong women's partner for either Paris to have or Jorja to have. And then obviously like yes, Anna Bright and Anna Lee can both play both sides, but like Anna Lee is like just such a dominant left side person, and then Anna's such a dominant left side person. When she plays with someone, I would rather a team of two left siders than a team of two like right middles. Anyway, the point is, I see Anna Lee Waters and Anna Bright taking that one as well. Obviously, I hope I'm wrong. And when I say I hope I'm wrong, it's like nothing against Anna and Anna Lee. It's just like so boring. I need new winners. Like I would love Jade and Rachel to make an upset. That would be insane. We'll see. Then we have mixed doubles. Ben and Anna Lee, of course, mostly unbeatable. Jorja and J Dub, maybe they'll be mad about losing at MLP, but they don't feel sparky. Like J Dub doesn't have a spark to me right now. Anyway, I think I'm just still very upset about the Flash losing to the Shock in such a depressing manner. Like it would be fine if they lost, but it was depressing to see. Hayden and Anna, on the other hand, coming off of that MLP win, may have the energy and the confidence to take it. And Hayden is such a good mixed player. It's just, I do think like his size becomes a slight issue in mixed. If he was a bit taller and longer, it would be like crazy how good he would be. He'd be like Christian Alshon is good at mixed because of his size. And I think same with Andre and same with Deckel. I think, let me rephrase that. They're good at mixed for the fact that they're very, very good at pickleball, but their height and length elevates them. Hayden is, I think, better than them at mixed, but doesn't have that one advantage. But what do I know? So to me, they're the most likely to be able to do something. Okay. We did see Rachel and Andre take a game off of Anna Lee and Ben last time around. So maybe there's something there, but I would love to see it. If Andre plays the top of his game, anything's possible. Catherine Prento's playing with Deckel Barr. Deckel has beaten Ben and Anna Lee with Anna Bright. So that's possible. But Catherine needs to play like completely out of her mind and never miss. We'll see. At least those will be, I think, better games than the women's doubles. Like there'll be some good games. And I mean, if we're not talking about the gold medal match, all of these teams are so good, it'll be fun to see them play each other. Like if we get the Paris, Catherine, Tyra, Jorja matchup, they might not be on the same side of the bracket though. There's enough women's teams to play against each other, enough mixed teams to play against each other. It'd be really, really fun. It's actually would be like a very, very fun tournament to go to because of so many people are playing. But it'll be a fun tournament to watch too. And we're doing the progressive draw, so we have an entire week of joy ahead of us. Okay, so men's doubles. Can anyone beat Ben and Gabe? How is it possible that Gabe keeps getting better? How? I don't know, but he does. I don't know if anyone can beat them. I would love to see a rematch with Andre Dascu and Christian Alshon from the last tournament that went to 5 games. That could have gone either way. That's a fun matchup. Fed and Hayden, I think, have lost their spark. Federica Stockstreet and Hayden Patriquin. And I do think they should be looking to mix it up next year. Sometimes you're just playing with the same person for so long. Like, people figure out how to beat you. And then CJ and J-Dub, CJ Klinger and J.W. Johnson. I talk about these people like we're best friends, and everyone who's watching this podcast knows who they are. So I'll try to say their full names. But they do have a gold medal this year, so it is possible. We'll see. CJ did not play great at the MLP tournament, so maybe both him and J-Dub will want to come in and play better this weekend than they did last. Who knows what they say, like bad dress rehearsal equals a good performance. We will see. Singles, men's singles. Truthfully, like men's singles is so fun to watch because they have anyone can win any game. But I'm not like too invested in who's going to win. I think Chris Hayworth will win this weekend. That's my pick, but it could go anyway. And something I do want to talk about that's a little juicy that happened at the last PPA tournament. I actually did film a whole recap of that that's on the editing room floor. But there was a match when Hunter Johnson was playing Jaume Martinez-Vick. And the commentators at the time said a rivalry that's shaping up to be a rivalry because they keep playing each other. It's like the PPA puts them against each other, creating the rivalry. Like they are having them play and they're the rival. Now, the people who know, there are rumblings that one of the reasons part of Paris Todd and Hunter Johnson's breakup has to do with Jaume Martinez-Vick. Now, I believe that breakups are more complicated and it's not as simple as like one person, but the PPA is so messy. They're so messy to always play them against each other. And you think, oh no, it's just coincidence. It's not. The PPA has done this so many times. When Tyson McGuffin cursed out Tyler Loong, gave him the finger in front of his kids because he interpreted something that Jimmy Miller and Tyler Loong said on their podcast as being about his wife. And he basically said to them, keep my wife's name out of your mouth. They made Tyler and Tyson play against each other like over and over and over again. So I know the PPA is doing it on purpose and it's so messy. I'm here for the mess. Oh. This is what made it even crazier. They had Paris Todd commentating Hunter and Jaume's match. And she kept referring to her ex-boyfriend of many years, Hunter Johnson. So it was crazy. Like the PPA is going to play those two men against each other and then have Hunter's ex-girlfriend be the commentator. Yep. That's what they did, you guys. So messy, so fun. All right. Okay, so that's what's coming up. But I want to do a new segment on my podcast every week. Now that we're in season 2 and we're leveling up, hot take of the week. Okay, here's my hot take. The LA Mad Drops cannot win with Ben Johns on their team. Yes, now I said it. When they got Ben Johns, I thought, great, they're the best team now. And everyone was calling them a super team. I thought that was dramatic because I think I don't value Ben as much, these days as other people do. Like, to me, he's not a sure thing win. If anything, we really don't even know how good he is anymore. He plays with Gabe and Anna Leigh. I think something I also think, side hot take, for Anna Leigh and for Ben, it would actually benefit them to play to not play with the second best player or the best player, right? We never will know actually how good Ben and Anna Leigh are if they're always playing with each other and with Gabe and Anna Bright. So yeah, it's risky. You might lose, but we all want to see it. I want to know how good it is, but I think Anna Leigh, I don't think she'll win every women's match if she plays with other people. I think most of the top 10 men she could win every mixed match with. I think she should try. But with Ben, I think he loses to Anna Leigh. I think with other women, he could lose to Hayden and Anna. He could lose to J-Dub and Jorja. It just depends. But we'll never know how good they are if they keep playing with each other. So that was a side one. Let's get back on track with the Mad Drops. But I don't really think Ben is as dominant as the PPA is still selling him when they're constantly, calling him world number 1 Ben Johns, which he technically is. But again, how do you know how good he is if he's always playing with the best people? Anyway, his vibe is so bad on the Mad Drops. Watching that team play, it seems like a bunch of B teamers and their like varsity guy comes in and he like has to like help the practice squad, which is crazy because of the level of talent that he's playing with. Now, Hunter Johnson is a problem for the Mad Drops. He played very, very badly this weekend. He does not vibe with Ben. They do not have the same play style. He hates playing with Ben. Like the way his body language, he's like, like pouting all over the court, missing a lot, like just does not like, there's no vibe, but they also seem like they hate each other. Like there's no chemistry and they play completely different styles. Hunter also counters with a two-handed backhand, like in his body, which I think a lot of men now are like taking it out of the air with one hand. And I think he gets caught in hands battles because two is not as fast as one, which is something I've noticed Riley Newman does as well. He also does two-hand backhands mostly. And it's hard to get your whole body around as fast as like, you have Gabe and J-Dub. So that's tough. So yes, I think the reason they lost this week was because Hunter was playing very poorly. And the girls couldn't pull out anything special in the Dream Breaker, and Hunter wasn't taking his points as like the number one singles player in the world if he's ranked that right now, but that was the issue. But take that out of the mix. I don't see Ben having a good enough vibe to win, even if they get someone else. Now, if they pay a ton of money and get Gabe, sure, because I see Gabe and Ben winning every game, and great, probably, but they still have to have the women win, and they still have to win their second mixed. So he has bad energy, and Catherine feeds off of good energy. Jade kind of feeds off anyone, but she does feed off of good energy. And just in general, when you're playing MLP, your team needs to have a good vibe. And he is a bad vibe in MLP. He acted like he didn't want to be there. I really thought when he went to the Mad Drops and was on a team that like had a chance with an ownership team that wants to invest and like just people who cared, he would step up and help them. And I miss QD. I mean, it was just bad vibes all around. So that's my hot take. My hot take is that with Ben Johns, the Mad Drops will never go all the way. We'll see. I'm sure they're going to drop Hunter. We'll see what happens next. But MLP is a team sport, and Ben Johns is not giving team energy. I know he has won MLPs in the past, you guys. I know that, but it's not 2023 anymore. So we'll wrap it up there. Super excited for you guys to see my interview with my next guest. And make sure to follow me on Instagram, Obsessed with Pickleball, TikTok, Obsessed with Pickleball Pod. I hope you guys comment and we can start some combos and back and forth about everything we just talked about. Worlds is coming up, and we'll talk about the results next week. Hey everyone, I'm here with Katrina Glusac, the founder of 11nil. You 100% know this brand if you watch Pro Pickleball. These are the most popular, hottest dresses. You will see Hurricane Tyra Black and Jorja Johnson wearing them constantly. The Flames, all the girls in there are wearing them as a part of their uniforms. And that's just naming a few of them. So as soon as I thought about season 2, I knew I wanted to talk to you because I'm obsessed with your brand. I think that the dresses are completely unique, and we haven't seen any unique clothes in the pickleball space in forever. Nothing like this much, you know what I'm saying? So I really want to learn more about 11nil, your journey, and like how you were able to have so much success. Sure, there was like a lot of stuff going on before that I don't know about, but seeming very quickly. Thanks. So first, we just tell us a little bit about 11nil and your partners and everything like that.
Great. Well, thank you for having me. I love seeing you. I love what you're doing in the pickleball scene, and I really appreciate you having us on. As a young brand, this means a lot. And I think that one thing I can say truly to my heart is everyone in the pickleball arena has been really supportive of 11nil, as well as other racket sports. We love all racket sports. That's our first thing. All of us come from different racket sport backgrounds. And I think that was what was really fun, is just to kind of see this surge of number one, women in sport, recreational sport, pro sport. I love that it's all mixed together, and how seamless it is. And I think that that's kind of what inspires us at 11nil.
So seamless between rec players and pro players? Is that
yeah,
what
it's
you
really
mean?
cool. I mean, what other sport do you get to mix, that in? And I think it's also affecting other sports too. I mean, tennis seems to become becoming more like that, where the fans are mixing. You look at like an Indian Wells or even the US Open, and people are traveling to, you know, all these places like as part of their bucket list to go watch tournaments around the world. Same with Padel, the onslaught of Padel we love, and we love watching that grow. It's just kind of so fun to watch all of, you know, this growth. I mean, you even take something like beach tennis. We're also really into golf as well right now, which we love. And I love the fact that a lot of, you know, racket sport players are playing golf and crossing over, or you find out people's background and you're like, oh, you used to be a dancer, but yes, you're also playing pickleball. And it's really fun, like what we're learning about women, community, and just what's going on in kind of this. Now we're in almost 2026, right?
I feel like women's golf definitely needs some cute fits. Like this, I haven't seen something like this rocking on the golf course.
The golf
so that's
course.
Fun.
Oh, we've got some girls really rocking this on the golf course.
Okay, good. Maybe that's what.
And I'm like, do we need to make a country club approved dress?
I was gonna say, like, when you're leaning over.
No, they say they stay down. So
no, I mean, I know that they do in pickleball, but I think like in pickleball and tennis, like, you know that there's shorts under,
right?
Like your butt's gonna show, it's gonna show. Like, I don't know at the country club if they know.
I think that was that was on my list of must-haves. I know some people say, wow, you put that elastin in the leg opening, because like we put an elastin in every leg opening, and we've done tons of research and we have some new stuff coming. But I said, you know what? I want those shorts staying down. So no matter what, you're not uncomfortable, right? And so that was one of my goals, is to make sure that everything looks good, but it also stays put. Because some of these girls, I mean, you look at Tyra, she's always on the ground, which I love. Even Vivian Glausman, as tall as she is, I remember Vivian, you know, like she gets so low. And so I was like, I want these girls comfortable when they're on the court. So
your journey with pickleball, were you into pickleball and that inspired you with the brand, or did you see an opening in the market? What is pickleball in your life?
Sure. I think there's me with 11 nil and then personally, right? And they're very different. I have pickleball TV on all the time in my house, but I'm not the pickleball player. It's crazy because I love watching the players, and now I'm into it. But I actually play another racket sport. We call it, it's like the dinosaur of racket sports, but it's called paddle tennis. I don't think anybody even knows what it is.
A lot of people in LA play it. Like, there's a paddle tennis, so people bring it up to me a lot, but I truly don't know.
It's pretty fun. That has my heart and won my heart. But they're all so similar. They each have their own, you know, space, location, everything else. But my partners and I are all racket sports total fans. I have two partners that are sisters, Anna and Sasha. They're amazing. And all of us were college athletes, different sports, rowing, tennis, running, soccer. You know, all of us played different sports in college. I snowboarded a long time ago, and was a professional snowboarder. So that goes way back. But my whole family was into racket sports as well. My sister played at University of Oregon. My husband was an ex-pro player and is a pickleball player. And my son plays on the junior PPA. Amazing. So I got surrounded with all these pickleball people. And I think what happened was pickleball was just a really amazing platform that really helped us grow. Our intent was always to be total racket sport lovers and really promote racket sports in general and other sports. And actually, part of our agenda also even had nothing to do with pickleball or racket sports or sports. Everyone's wearing activewear everywhere right now, and especially after COVID. So kind of what we toyed with was, hey, you're out and about in more casual clothing. Why not take that casual clothing with this whole tennis core trend that had come on and just amp that up a little bit? And our lives are already complicated. So why complicate our lives more? Like, you're wearing the cutest black dress right now, I must say.
I have to say, like, I wear this out instead of playing. Like, you were so generous to give this to me. Thanks so much. And when I first put it, I was like, I look too hot in this. I can't wear this on the pickleball court. So I've like worn it out. But to your point, I go to a lot of pickleball tournaments.
Right.
So I find this to be like the perfect athleisure outfit because it's so easy and very comfortable.
Thank you.
When these dresses first came out, I was like, that can't be comfortable. I'm like, like the girls look amazing in it, but like it can't possibly be comfortable. I'm trying it on. I'm like, wait, this is so comfortable. Like it doesn't move around.
Stays put.
It's super comfortable. And so I agree with what you're saying. Like girls are really loving an athleisure look and it's elevated. And then obviously people are playing great in it too. So
well, and we just kind of also, we want women to feel good. We want them to feel empowered. And this isn't cliche. Like this is really true. I honestly believe, and I even read something the other day that if you feel great about yourself, you're going to play better. You're going to be a better person. You're going to be in a better mood. You know, it's going to lift your spirits up. So I think part of our mission and journey is to make people feel better. And if that's the little thing we can do in someone's life and kind of give you a little bit of an uplift, then that's plenty for us. That right there just kind of makes us happy.
I think they say, look good, feel good, play good. Is that the saying? Yeah.
Yep. And I've seen it. I've seen a lot of athletes that maybe normally wouldn't wear something. I think one of my favorites, and she'll kill me for saying this, but I love how open she is Megan Fudge. And Megan tells me all the time, like, I've learned so much from Megan. Megan was like, I don't know if I could wear that. She's like, but I'm going to try it. And I'm like, up to you, Megan. And there she was. She did the coolest post I've ever seen about being a mom and feeling good and looking good and how the dress made her feel. And I love how Megan's rocking everything.
Yeah,
and
she looks super cute.
And it like really is a testimonial that, you know, when you maybe try something out of your comfort zone, and we make a lot of different dresses, so dresses for different people, and we're going into some other areas that we wanted to get into as well. We're releasing leggings, biker shorts, corset tops.
I love bike shorts.
All this week, so we'll have a little bit of a launch on those. Rompers, other outfits for Pilates and just general workout and general athleisure. So I think that's pretty cool. But going back to the point is, you know, maybe some people try it and say, oh, I couldn't wear that. But once they have it on, they're like, wow, this really makes me feel good. And then that makes a big difference.
So it's actually interesting that you say that because that was exactly my experience.
I remember.
When you offered, I was like, okay, I mean, sure. But it's such a, I don't know how to like keep describing it. It's a dramatic design, right? And it's like, I thought, oh, that's so cute, but it would only look cute on like a really, really skinny girl, like a professional athlete. And I'm not super skinny. And I was like, that's not going to look good on me. And then I was like, wait, this looks so good on me. Because a lot of times clothes just aren't well made.
We take a lot of pride in that. And it's not a quick and easy thing. I mean, I'm the first to say our first round of dresses, which I'll tell you a cool story in a second of kind of, we owe a lot to someone for sparking a lot of interest in one of our best-selling dresses. But that first round of dresses, it was not a perfect fit. We knew what we wanted. We tried different things. It had a back zipper. It had another zipper. And with each fit, I refit everything. I'm super close with the factory. We're all female founders. Like I said, we're all ex-college athletes, and we just kind of love this world of women, although I do want to do men's at some point because I love men's as well. But our factory owner is female also. Great. And so it's pretty cool. And she really believes in us. And so she puts all of her heart as well into helping us improve the patterns, improve the fit each time. So the dress you're wearing, every time I reorder it, I refix the pattern and I refit it again because it's not perfect to me yet.
Yeah.
And I think that's like an obsession that I have personally is just tweaking it. I fit everything on myself and do it all on me just because I want that perfection of how that's going to fit. And that's really critical because you're wearing it on the court. And so I'm going to make those improvements each time until we get it right for the customer.
So did you guys design it yourself or like do you have a design background? What was the actual, like, where did the inspiration come for the dress, right? Or just your
No,
Not
totally.
just your dress, but your aesthetic.
So one of my partners, Sash, she's got an amazing aesthetic, and her sister as well. But she had some initial concepts and ideas and patterns that she brought to me. And she said, "Hey, I want to start a brand." And I said, "Don't do it." She's like, "Why?" And I was like, "Because it's really hard." And my background has been my whole life in apparel.
Yeah. Okay,
So I worked for some of the biggest companies there are. I created brands worldwide. But funny enough, I started my career off in sporting goods and in hard goods and soft goods in the ski and golf industry. And I loved working in sports, even though I was on the apparel side and I was on other sides of the business. But I said to myself at a certain point in time, I have to choose. Do I want to stay in sports or I want to go into fashion? So I picked the fashion route. And I always had some sort of thing in my heart saying, gosh, I wish I could still work in sports. And that was in me my whole career. And so when she came to me and said that, I kind of said, this is going to get me hooked, right? Because now I really see something here. And so we just brainstormed together, kept going. I really kind of wanted an ode back to Thierry Mugler, Balenciaga, high fashion from the 80s, because I'm 80s obsessed. And it was kind of my era and my obsession. And I said, what if we can take that, mix it with sport, and then mix it with making people's lives easier, meaning like I'm wearing one of our dresses right now. I'm wearing our blazer, which is all in like stretch sport fabric. And your suitcase, when you pack your suitcase, it's just easy because it's multi-use things. And we just kept working on it. And then we launched October of last year.
It's crazy. That's
so
fast.
We're 1 year.
It's you're everywhere.
Thank you.
You're everywhere. I mean, obviously all over the Pro Tour, you see the dresses everywhere. And then also like every influencer is wearing them. Like it's interesting how you were able to reach, I guess, let's talk about the branding because I'm pretty obsessed with pickleball branding right now and the business of pickleball in general. What was your guys' like strategy? And did you always know you were going to target pro players and how that like influenced sales with rec players?
Yeah. Well, the name 11 Nil obviously is a perfect pickleball name, right?
Perfect.
So Sash has
So
100% credit on that. That was her genius idea. And it's also really cool because it's not just for pickleball. You look at scores in volleyball, or you look at tiebreakers in tennis, or like little fun like rec games that people play, and that number 11 is always there. And then there's also this obsession with number 11 in general, right?
Yeah.
From the movies to People's Lucky Number to anything else.
Right.
So that was kind of the name. And then what we said is, let's keep this really clean and sophisticated, hence the black, white. We have a Papa Yellow, which is a court color that we love. And we made it like, we call it acid yellow because it's like a really strong color. We tried to stick to these really bold colors. We have a cobalt blue that's another really strong color. And then girly colors like pinks. And then if neutrals are in, we'll show neutrals. So that was kind of our branding concept there. But in terms of players, our dream was to get it on players. And how would we do this, and et cetera, et cetera. And I think it's a traction thing, and you never give up. It's both of those. So the one player that I will always be indebted to her is Tyra. Tyra placed an order very, very early on. She saw our ads. She said she didn't buy the first time. And then she came back, saw the ad again, saw it again, and then purchased.
Wow.
And she purchased.
So it just, you didn't send it to her. She just saw it and she was like, I want that.
Yep. And I recognized her name because we weren't getting a lot of orders at that time. And I was looking at every name I saw. Where does this person live? Who are they? I have funny stories about that too, because I would stalk the names that I would see. And I said, whoa, that's Tyra. No way. And the next thing you know, we started talking to her, and she's just the kindest person. She's fashion obsessed, which we loved. And I just told her, hey, you know what? Thank you so much. And I want to grow with you, and what can we do? And so we've had this friendship since, and it is a friendship. And she introduced us to a lot of players, and she
Yeah.
introduced us to Jorja. And Jorja, I remember, came in sweats the first time, and I was like, try on all these clothes. And the next thing you knew, Jorja was like looking amazing and becoming a fashionista.
She's all fashion now.
And she is so
She has
fashion.
changed so much this year.
And she looks awesome.
Yeah, she
and
looks
she
so
plays
good.
awesome. And she's such a nice person. And I think that's the biggest thing. They're all such nice people. And then I really also Jessie. Love Jessie because I knew Jessie in the past before pickleball. And Jessie ordered online and didn't know it was us.
Oh, that's so funny. And
so she was another one that ordered early on, and I'm really indebted to Jessie as well. It was really like, thankful to her also.
She has always worn the same thing until she started wearing your dresses. Like there's a lot of people who kind of have their like uniforms, right? Mm-hmm. Like they always kind of dress the same. So Jessie always wore like shorts and tank tops, like very simple. And now she's wearing your dresses. So I think that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Whereas like Tyra's always wearing something different. I mean, like Jorja also was more casual too. So yeah, you're kind of like leveling up the pickleball fashion game.
I don't know, just trying to do what we do.
The teams needed better fashion too. So that
was fun. Thanks to Tyra and Jorja for the Dallas Flash, and Mark Molthan and Megan, his daughter, have been amazing. Like Megan's so cool. She does all those amazing logos on all the uniforms. So we've partnered with them, and Julie as well has been great. And then Phoenix Flames, Jessie, Alex Walker, they've really been awesome. And Jeff and his wife from Phoenix, I mean, they've been phenomenal with us. I mean, super appreciative. And I love the fact that they're that fire red and Dallas is the blue. Yeah. And it's been really cool.
So how is that? Do you think that's helped with? Do you think that has mattered for like the regular player buying it? Because there is like a big divide generally in pickleball as if the normal person really cares about pro pickleball. Like I feel like I'm in a bubble where I really care and I talk to people who really care. But then I'll hear things where they're like, no one cares about pro pickleball, and that's like a divide within the sport. So do you think that them as ambassadors or seen on TV has impacted?
Absolutely, 100%. And then I think it's also has helped the organic growth. I mean, other amazing ambassadors are Ireland has been so good. Mish McMahon, all these handles. Hannah Johns, now Jorja Johns, all of them. They've been great on court. And then all these girls with these really fun pickleball handles will get random messages from, and they've been amazing ambassadors also. Even just, rec players, they've been great. They send photos from tournaments, and then those photos, we love to post our clients organic, too. And I think that's been something that has really been helpful for us, is that I think the women get so excited about what they're wearing that we don't ask them to. They take photos, send them in, and then we just love reposting because it's testimonial to the fact that they're feeling good and having fun.
No, it is. For me too, like a big part of pickleball tournaments to have a cute outfit.
Yeah.
Like we're rec players, we want to win, but we want to have cute pictures too, right? Like you want to match your partner.
Well, we just did a huge breast cancer event.
I saw that. That was awesome.
So cool with all these women. And then what I like about that is that kind of spreads, and then another women's group will say, "Hey, we're having an event," and it's really cool because you just kind of see everyone having so much fun. So I think for me, that's been the enjoyment, is seeing all these people feel so good, participating in these events together and kind of spreading good juju.
We originally got connected when you did your Miss California event at Pickle Pop. So that was another example of like your excellent branding and how that's going. But what are some obstacles that you've come across, I guess, like specifically within the pickleball world, to grow?
you know, it's retail. So
Yeah,
there's
like just the
lots of
normal stuff.
obstacles.
But
Oh
do you
my
feel
gosh.
like, I guess, yeah, that was kind of too open. That was
No, I
too
mean,
open.
I'm like,
But do you feel like
Black
maybe,
Friday is in 2
I
weeks.
know.
Help.
I just feel like you've done such a good job. I'm like,
Thank you.
you're like for me, yeah, like people should look at what you're doing and do it. I guess, do you feel like being a women's brand in the sports world is more difficult, or do you think like there was just like a big hole that you needed to fill?
No, I mean, we definitely saw a huge void. And then I think one thing is, you know, we had rompers in the beginning as well, and we still do, right? And jumpsuits and other items. But the winner item was the dress, and it was the London dress that Tyra bought the first time. And then you're wearing the sister dress to that called the Vienna. And those were and then we came out with the bubble dress, and then things just went crazy. And I think that just showed a huge void in the marketplace. I've also followed apparel trends and, you know, work in them my whole life. So you see cycles. Sometimes when the economy's down, everyone buys dresses because it's one piece.
Oh, that's
and it's
so
easy, and you're not having to match separate. So like these are certain things that you see as well. But this dress cycle's just been really cool. Like I said, we're following up with other items so that we, you know, keep expanding the brand. And not everyone wants to wear a dress. I have a lot of girls that are like, I'm not a dress person, right?
Yeah,
so
not everyone's a dress person.
we want to be able to cater to, you know, different needs. And I don't always want to wear a dress myself either.
Weird. So from a branding perspective, what since you started this, like what advice do you have for other people who want to get into pickleball brand, like a brand in pickleball? Do you see that we're still at that like apex of popularity? Like it's still exploding? And is this like the right time to get in? What would you tell the people who are thinking about doing? Because I know so many pickleball brands, and none of them are growing like you're growing. That's like my question. Like, what do you think you're doing differently that's giving you so much success?
Well, we did have paddles, and I'll be honest, we have them still. And I developed hard goods in my past, so I understand them really well. I mean, I used to test equipment. I get that world. I have the best supply chain, all of that access. But there was a lot that went into paddle production, and a lot of regulations and a lot of organizations and things like that. So I think quickly we said to ourselves, hey, it's a nice accessory, and it was nice to start holistically having that.
Yeah.
But dresses are our thing. And
totally.
Let's really make those happen.
Yeah,
and,
I can't
and
imagine
you could
doing
see
a paddle.
It's hard. So I think we had to make choices, right? We are coming out with a lot more accessories and other things now, but that accessorize the dress, hat, example, some things like that. But in terms of other equipment, you know, that was a tougher market for us, right?
Yeah.
Other people, if that's their bread and butter, different. I'll give you an example of what I think is really cool and inspires me. There's this really cool guy named Pedro that owns Pickle Drip. I'm going to give him a little shout out because I really like him. It's called Pickle Drip.
Okay, great.
And we were at a pop-up event the other night, and his booth was next to mine. And by chance, he sponsors my son.
Oh,
Isn't that
yeah.
Who would know? And
You're like, I don't know who sponsors my son.
And he made something special for my husband, and like all these different things. And he is so creative with what he does. So he takes hats, and he takes racket covers, and he makes the coolest racket covers you've ever seen that are all like fully customized, and they are beautiful. And so his work of art inspires me. Does that make sense? And it's totally different. He's not competing with us whatsoever.
Totally.
But you can see the passion that he's put into it, and the love, and how good he is with everything from the kids to the adults. And I think that same passion is what I would tell everyone is you can see when someone has a passion and they never give up. And I think that was the main thing with us is we just said, you know, never give up, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Find your little magic spark of what's working and then follow that path.
Yeah.
So, and I think that was our thing too, is we found a niche, right?
Yes.
So our niche was fashionable dresses and other apparel that you could wear.
Yeah. You've done a really good job of
across
creating like an elevated product that looks aspirational, but then also creating a community that you want to belong, of like a warm community, right? So it's like you want to be wearing the dress because you want, like, everyone's wearing the dress, like you want to be cool, but it also, like, your branding and everything, like you said, like it's very elegant, right? Like I just think that is like really incredible what you were able to do. So yeah, you've done a good job creating an online community on social media where you just feel with your social media, like resharing people wearing it. Like when you wear it, you're like, oh, we're all wearing the same dress. So I think that's pretty cool. How you were able to do both of those things at the same time.
Well, and one thing we did with branding, which I think worked well and was interesting, because one of the pro players said, hey, I feel bad. I'm out there on Central Court and you don't have any heavy branding on where people can see that I'm wearing 11 nil. And I said, I don't want that.
Yeah.
And I said, it's okay. Don't feel bad.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, if you want to put, some special branding on for my dresses when I'm playing, I said, no, it's okay. I said, I want people saying, hey, what dress is that person wearing? Or what is that person wearing? And then I think people are going to start to recognize that's an 11 nil cut. That's an 11 nil silhouette. That's 11 nil corsetry. That's an 11 nil design. And they're going to know. And hey, that was a risk, right? Taking that, but we stuck to our guns in that, and it worked. So we don't
really
over brand
smart.
our
Yeah.
items at all. Try to do everything dye to match, so it's a little more subtle. Like we don't want it to become tired that you're wearing a certain logo on your outfit, and then you're over
like
it.
more chic,
we
too.
want you to appreciate it,
Yeah.
and just kind of a bit of subtlety, because I think the designs themselves are strong enough.
Yes. They're recognizable for sure.
And I have a whole group of Italian designers that I've worked with my whole life on multiple projects. And they're kind of our little secret weapons of, hey, when we need a really good design coming out, we've got some sketches that come that are pretty cool.
Okay.
And we work closely with them on that. So I think that kind of brings an air of elevation, is they really grew up designing, at a really high level. So one of them is a close friend of mine, and she was a runway designer for Versace. That was her first job when she got out of fashion school in Italy. And so I think she really gets back to that nostalgic aesthetic and kind of taking the runway and then putting it into apparel that is worn on court.
So what I'm getting is find your niche, find the hole in the market, create a strong brand, and then just hustle.
Yeah, and don't give up, because I promise you'll want to give up every day. You really are going to be, I have some days even that you're like, oh, and just never give up, because I promise right around the corner is something that keeps you going.
So what do you guys have coming up next? What's coming soon?
Well,
what can we look out for? You already told me a little bit: leggings, bike shorts.
We have the coolest outerwear jacket ever.
Oh.
It's a puffer jacket that's corseted, and it's in this slick black fabric, and also kind of a really pretty like caramel color fabric. And then we have sweats, which are amazing, with some really special little design details. They're not your typical sweats. And the bodies and the silhouettes are oversized and cool, and the jackets are corseted, or have like really cool collars. We even have Sherpa fleeces coming out that are really cozy but cool. So testing other little categories too. So you have something to wear over your dress. And then I think we're going to hit some cool other trends that are coming as well. So I have a few little weird secret sauce things that we're going to come out with to go under the dresses and under the dresses. And
okay, don't have any idea what that means.
I know, sorry, I'm being
you can't tell us. We have to keep our eyes
mysterious
open.
right now.
So are you saying like a trend is on its way?
We have a few trends on its way.
Is it specifically pickleball?
No.
Okay.
No, but
okay. So
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
And the sport is getting younger and younger, and I think fashion is going to come with that, right? So
Yep.
I think I love seeing the players when they have cute outfits on. I think it's also just like so like feminine power, right? Like they are going to just look good. They're insane on the court. They play with the guys, which is a unique in every sport, that it's like a normal category for the woman for mixed doubles to play together. They're 50-50 sport, and it's empowering that they can bring fashion to it, I think.
No, I love the fashion element.
Yeah,
I
me
love
too.
when
I
like
love
the
it.
bows are in the hair,
and pickleball is just a little. It's like a cooler tennis, right? Like it's like you can be fun.
Yep.
Like you really don't know what Tyra's gonna wear, and sometimes I'm like, oh, and then like Jorja will wear something, and I'm like, okay, here, bring it. Like,
Okay,
what is this? My sister and I will be texting, and she'll just text me. She's like, you have to see Jorja's outfit today.
I
Like,
know,
can't wait.
right?
When I say I don't want pickleball to take itself too seriously, I hope that what I'm saying there is translated to not like, the clothes don't take themselves seriously, but I like the fun.
Well, it's not stuffy whatsoever.
Exactly.
I think the MLPs really helped with that too. Like when you see, oh my gosh, so funny. Like some of the things and the coach of the Phoenix Flames is one of my
he's
one of my
funny
favorite, right? With his little
so funny. It's like, I mean,
drawings.
It'd be great if they could like figure out how to win, but at least they're the funniest team.
I love it. But like all these things, I mean, it's definitely entertainment, which is really cool, right?
It is for sure. It is for sure.
And we have a little coin phrase that we have. One of our branding phrases is life's too short for boring sports.
Yes.
So that's one of our taglines, and I think that's one of my favorite ones.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome. I loved it.
am so excited to see what you guys come out with next, and I'm going to continue to just be fascinated by the brand that you've built and how it shows up on social media and how it shows up on the tour. Where can everyone follow you?
Oh,
tell everyone what they need to know.
At 11nil official.
Not the fake one, the official one.
Yeah. It is a popular name phrase, 11, so we've got to get it down.
This is the logo, so you can...
And the website is www.11-nil.com.
Try the dresses. You won't regret it. That's it. That's all I want to tell is that everyone should try the dresses. All right. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.